Why would you bury things in a mountain, 300 feet under the ground?
Right.
Why would you bury why do they have 60% enriched uranium? You don't need 60% enriched uranium. The only countries in the world that have uranium at 60% are countries that have nuclear weapons.
How you guys doing? This is SaharTv, and in this video, Marco Rubio takes on a pretty aggressive reporter, and he completely destroys her. Let's take a look.
Are you saying there that the United States did not see intelligence that the Supreme Leader had ordered weaponization?
That's irrelevant. I see that question being asked in the media. That's an irrelevant question.
No,
they have
that is
everything
the
they need
key
to build a
point
weapon.
in U.S. intelligence assessments. You know that.
No, it's not.
Yes, it was.
No, it's
that
not.
The political decision had not been made.
I know that better than you know that, and I know that that's not the case.
But I'm asking you whether the order was given.
And the people who say that, it doesn't matter if the order was given. They have everything they need to build nuclear weapons. Why would you bury things in a mountain, 300 feet under the ground?
Right.
Why would you bury why do they have 60% enriched uranium? You don't need 60% enriched uranium. The only countries in the world that have uranium at 60% are countries that have nuclear weapons, because they can quickly make it 90. They have all the elements. They have. Why do they have a space program? Is Iran going to go to the moon? No.
I mean, I think the question ends with, why do they have this facility buried inside a mountain? What are they trying to hide? Why in a mountain? Why not outside? If it's for nuclear energy, why not outside? Why not in an exposed place? Why in a place that they want to shelter from the world? That's a good question. And that's where the argument stops.
Oh, they're trying to build an ICBM.
No, but
so
that's a question. That's a question of intent,
and
you know, in the intelligence assessment that it was that Iran wanted to be a threshold state and use this leverage. I'm talking about the public March assessment, and that's why I was asking you if you know something more from March.
But that's also an inaccurate representation of it. That's an accurate representation of it. That's not how intelligence is read. That's not how intelligence is used. Here's what the whole world knows. Forget about intelligence. What the IAEA knows. They are enriching uranium well beyond anything you need for a civil nuclear program. So why would you enrich uranium at 60%? Right. If you don't intend to one day use it to take it to 90 and build a weapon? Right. Why are you developing ICBMs? Why do you have 8,000 short-range missiles and 2,000 to 3,000 long mid-range missiles that you continue to develop? Why do you do all these things? They have everything they need for a nuclear weapon. They have the delivery mechanisms. They have the enrichment capability. They have the highly enriched uranium that is stored. Yes. That's all we need to see.
Right. Well,
especially in the hands of a regime that's already involved in terrorism and proxies and all kinds of things around. They are the source of all
instability and no one's disputing that. I'm not doing that here. And they were censured at the IAEA for that enrichment and for violating their non-proliferation agreements.
How can people question what Iran intends to do with the 60% enriched uranium? What do you think Iran is intending to do with the nuclear weapons? Or with this uranium? What do you think they're going to do with this? They openly say that they have a policy. Death to America, death to Israel. Israel is considered to be the little Satan. America is considered to be the big Satan. We are seeked to be destroyed, by the IRGC, not by the Iranian people. So how can people keep question that Iran does not seek to build nuclear weapons against us? The biggest funders of terrorism in the world, Iran. The same people funding Hezbollah, the same people funding the Houthis, the same people funding Hamas. How can people keep questioning that? It boggles my mind.
Simply asking if we had intelligence that there was an order to weaponize, because you said weaponization ambitions.
Well, we have intelligence that they have everything they need to build a nuclear weapon, and that's more than enough.
If they would have less enriched uranium, maybe. If they would not have shouted death to America, death to Israel, maybe. If they would have not said it is a policy to destroy America and destroy Israel, maybe. But people just look them in the eyes and say, oh no, they don't actually mean that. They don't mean that. Yeah, these are just Iranians. They're not hostile. Well, tell that to Israel, who's been suffering by their hostility for the past 46 years. For the past 46 years. And now it's time to say enough. So beautiful interview by Marco Rubio. And I'm going to use some of his answers on my debates. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to join, I just opened a new Discord. Join the community. The link is going to be attached in the description below. Anybody can join. And if you want to support me financially, you can do so through Buy Me Coffee in the link in the description. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.